deep trouble, and thank you for pointing that out, and we'll know more about the next programming period. Now I ask Alessandra Sensi. Alessandra is the head of the sector for water and environment in the Union for the Mediterranean. Okay, yeah, I had this, sorry, blue economy and the environment. And Alessandra is the last, is closing this session. So we have some reflections as we are talking about synergies and concerted actions. How does this happen also with the countries from the other side of the Mediterranean? How is this work, ongoing work of creating concerted action, how do they link to the sustainable development goals? Alessandra.
Thank you very much for the floor, and thank you very much again for the invitation to this event. When I actually saw the title, Transition Towards Blue and Green Economies, and I'm sorry if I pointed it out, but indeed for me and for this specific event, blue economy is particularly important. In the Mediterranean, I thought indeed it was a very good opportunity to discuss two important dossiers, I would say two extremely important dossiers, that the Mediterranean countries, the 43 countries of the UFM, so all the European countries plus all the Mediterranean countries, meant not just those bordering, but those belonging politically, let's say, to the Mediterranean region, are already working on since, I would say, 2014. Let's say that I don't know if my presentation is there, but it just really to help, I can, very easily speak about it. In 2000, it's okay to move to that. Already in 2014, even before, let's say, the SDGs were approved, the 43 Mediterranean countries decided to converge on an agenda which corresponds very much to what we are talking about these days, basically the green circular economy agenda. We were coming from, let's say, an era, if I can talk a bit historically, where the focus was very much on depollution. Already at the time, we introduced the concept of pollution prevention. We started a very important action at the time, the famous Switch Med program, which in a certain way has sort of revolutionized a bit the approach indeed to pollution in the countries and made the link with climate. This was stressed this morning also by Mr. Kremlis. The importance to maintain the link. So we build these blocks which are indeed now evolving into a more consolidated, let's say, green circular economy agenda. Almost in parallel, in 2015, we had another important ministerial declaration that was approved, and apart from this being a ministerial declaration, what is important here is that the 43 countries converge and decide to work together on some, let's say, common shared priorities. We had another ministerial, let's say, declaration on blue economy, and that was very interesting as well, because historically we were talking actually of integrated maritime policy at the time, but it was indeed with, let's say, a lot of pressure from the countries of the south to have that converted into a blue economy agenda, where indeed the focus was on supporting the region in its stabilization, dialogue, growth, and so on, maintaining also, let's say, the focus on an LTC, which would be, of course, the basis. We went a very long way, even on the blue economy, let's say, dossier. Sigi mentioned, of course, Blue Med, which is a pillar as far as research, let's say, aspects are more concerned. Then we have the, let's say, more advanced cooperation of the West Med initiative. We have Panorama Med, as you mentioned. We have the Bologna Charter, and many others. Let's say the way we work as UFM is we try to merge, we try to go beyond contractual, let's say, issues. Basically what we try is to re-put the region together on whatever, let's say, thematic priority they want to work on. So independently of having, a project here, project there, to see indeed and explore this opportunity for expanding and let's say transferring and indeed capitalizing the results at the benefit of the entire region. we are in a very important, let's say, political moment, which again brings together these two important, let's say, communities, and then I will go actually into the more specific relation with the Interreg-Med, is that in July this year, the 43 countries are given the green light to have in 2020 two other important gatherings. Again, a second one on blue economy, which is tentatively, let's say, scheduled for the first quarter of next year. It could be, let's say, March. And another one on environment and climate change, which is tentatively, let's say, scheduled for next semester. All the colleagues, let's say, from DG Mare, NEAR, environment, research are all here, and we are, let's say, all working together with our other co-presidency, which is indeed Jordan at the moment, towards, let's say, putting together the element. As far as environment and climate change are concerned, we are also having a post-2020 initiative, so we are, let's say, building again a convergence around that. This session actually focuses on policy, so how is the Interreg-Med actually community contributing to this? I think this is the perfect occasion today. I mean, you have just released the white papers, so for us these are very important, let's say, stone in terms of feeding the process of dialogue and feeding really the elaboration of the declaration itself together with other actors. Both communities have been very active and very present, let's say, in the working group, in the elaboration of the documents. So our, let's say, purpose and for the future are indeed to strengthen this opening. We are actually in dialogue, let's say, since quite some time. And what we find extremely positive is that under, let's say, the understanding of going beyond the contractual, let's say, issues, but still respecting them, that, let's say, the Interreg-Med, for example, be more open to this transfer of the resource to the South and be open to involve more and more also the countries of the South. We are looking into having more opportunities between, let's say, the different cooperation programs, the one of the Interreg-Med, the one of NEAR, the one of other, let's say, DGs, to work, let's say, together, again, within the vision, within the objective of bringing, again, let's say, the region together. Let's say more specifically, these are, just some priorities that the Environment and Climate Change Ministerial have already identified, and as you can see, let's say the first one is the transition to a green, circular, and socially inclusive economy, based on sustainable consumption and production practice and nature-based solutions. So this is a broad, let's say, title. But what I wanted also, let's say, to mention is that within, let's say, we speak of the two communities as two separate communities. First of all, we work with the blue economy, let's say, community. They have been a very solid partner also during the past blue economy, let's say, activities. And in a certain way, we tested also our partnership. We had a project label, which was indeed Medcoast for Blue Growth, that was based on the Interreg-Med, the finance project Evolve. And through a lot of effort, we have been, in a certain way, managed to convert that into an expanded project, and we got even further financing for it, covering, let's say, the country of the region. So, again, concretizing this partnership. Further on, with the Interreg-Med Green Growth Community, a very dynamic community, we have sort of scaled up even this partnership. And we are now actually advancing, and this is a very important step at UFM level, with the labeling of the community itself, the community of the 14 projects. We are actually reaching the second step. The official date is the 2nd of October. And the labeling means that the 43 countries are agreeing that the work and the priorities carried out by the community in terms of resource efficiency, sustainable consumption and production, activities on the ground are indeed falling among their priorities, and they're ready to support it. So this becomes part of the regional agenda. Of course, our objective is also to make it link with other very important programs which have been our historical partner, like SwitchMed. So we are looking, let's say, more concretely into the possibility of having the operational, let's say, links. I would maybe stop here because I'm always told I'm too long. You still didn't approach me, which I was surprised. You did come closer. Normally he really hugs me, you know. But I'll close it here, and of course I'm here for any question you might have.